Hi everyone, welcome back to our series Điểm sáng du học hậu Covid. First of all, let me briefly introduce ourselves. My name is Thương Thảo.
And I am Quốc.
As you might already see at the beginning, in this special video today, we're not going to be speaking in Vietnamese, but the spoken language today is going to be English. And Huy, can you help me to tell everyone the reasons behind that?
And the reason is we are going to have a very special guest joining us today. She is a very young Vietnamese girl studying in the US, and her English is so good. Last week, we sent her several questions to know more about her background and overseas experiences. And she will share with us what difficulties she has been through for being far from home. And the most important thing is we're going to know some tips about how to speak English better. This is so important for those who want to seek world-class education in the US. Now let's stop beating around the bush and jump right into our first question.
Hi, my name is Din. I'm 17. This is my second year studying in the US. I have just graduated from a high school and I'm currently staying with my great aunt in California.
So according to what she said, she just graduated from high school. And in our previous video, we did discuss about this topic. So when should the student study overseas, high school or university? And I think he is an excellent example related to this topic.
Yeah, and as I mentioned at the beginning, her English is so good. So let's find out how did she manage to improve her speaking skills very well. And what I'm excited the most right now is her accent. So let's take a look at how she's going to tell us about this experience.
A few years before I went to America, I used to go to several language centers to study English after school. But somehow I realized it didn't help me much. It wasn't suitable for me, I guess. That's why I decided to study at home by myself. I went online for some tips and documents on YouTube. Besides that, I also came to an English club where you get to communicate in English only. You also have the opportunity to discuss some really cool topics with other people. I think that was useful for me to improve my speaking skill.
I strongly agree to Yi. It's very common because like when you're studying at the general institutions, it doesn't really help you much to make a huge improvement in regards to your skills. And so it is because you don't really get to put into environment where you can speak English like in all situations.
Yeah, that's true. By participating in a club can really be a beneficial activity for language learners. And just as she shared her story, by joining an English club, she got to meet new people, make new friends, and effectively improve her English skill. So let's move to the next question.
I am so lucky that I didn't face a lot of struggles during my first year. However, I might experience culture shock at the beginning, but thanks to my host family, I felt welcome like a family member, so I adapted quickly and I had enjoyed every single moment I spent with them in the US. Let me tell you, they took me to places that I had only seen on the TV earlier. There are also even more that they taught me while I was living with them.
She did mention about culture shock, and I think it's a very common phenomenon that surely everyone will experience it when they first step into the country. If you don't really get the right understanding or not being well prepared enough, and to cope and deal with the situations like that, UE will keep you company besides by supporting your willingness and help you to explore new cultures and people.
Yeah, culture shock is something that international students should be worried about. That's why to actively break the language barrier is so key. And I personally believe that those people who use English are nurtured before they arrive at the US would have great advantages over those who aren't really good at their skills. Let's hear your experience about this problem in a real-world setting.
I'm 100% positive that there are no disadvantages for you to get your English as good as possible before you come to the US. I really wish I had good English before I went. You know, it's understandable. Like, when you're already fluent in English, everything becomes easier. You are more confident talking to your teachers, local people, or even doing a 3 or 4 pages essay. It's no longer a problem.
Yeah, I agree that there won't be any disadvantage if you are developing English skill right now, because you know, like, English is a worldwide language and is commonly spoken around the world.
So true, and to help us be more confident and fluent while speaking English, I don't know if we can get any tips from me, so let's take a look at what she's going to share with us.
Honestly, I don't have specific tips, but practice makes perfect. Super recommend you guys to find yourself an English club if you want to develop your speaking skill and to make friends.
These tips are so crucial and wonderful for us all. So if you are intending to travel to the US for study, make sure that you are progressing in your English skills day by day. So when you set foot on the American soil, you can effectively and fluently communicate with your American teachers, friends, and other nationalities as well. But above all, you don't want to get the feeling of estrangement or being alienated, and just make sure to keep that in mind. So thank you, Nhi, so much for making these amazing videos, and we hope to see her again in the future.
Thank you so much for your time. As we all know, due to COVID-19, students out there must have a lot of free time besides their part-time study at the moment. So I think it's the best time ever for all of us to practice and learn English. Like we have mentioned before, like, you know, learning English is a long journey that requires a lot of investment in time and effort. And if you guys still worry about your English skills, UE does have an English center called UEC. So they offer a free IELTS test every week for those who are preparing to take the actual test. Or those who want to practice in English speaking, our UE consultant will be available for appointments every week. If you are interested in improving your English skill, there will be a link below this video for you to fill up. Thank you for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one.